Welcome to the Writer's Life, the place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, and where you get the truth about the writer's life. If you haven't already, subscribe, smash the like button if you can, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one exciting video. So I'm back from my ski trip. It was a lot of fun, and I didn't face plant once, not even once. I haven't face planted yet this year, and I have a feeling I'm up for a doozy. But even though it's snowing out now, I think the season is winding down. So maybe I'll be able to get away this year without visiting the emergency room. Who knows? I'm the type of guy that can just like be walking down the sidewalk on the street and fall. So I don't know. Anyway, just quickly wanted to talk about this. Oh my God! See, I'm accident prone. Just wanted to talk to you quickly about. There's more than one way to publish a book, which of course is nothing new. I've been talking about this for ages. But it also there's more than one way to make a movie. And a friend of mine was able to get an option for her screenplay, and I'm guessing the option was, there wasn't a lot of money involved, probably, but which is totally common these days. But in order to attract a decent actor and all this sort of stuff, she and her the professional people she's involved with are crowdfunding the film, which is really interesting to me, and they're doing pretty well. They're building up quite the bank account for their project, so I'm happy for her. And and I sent a note over Facebook saying like, this is what I've been talking about. Like you got to make things happen. You know what I mean? You can't just sit there and like, oh, I hope a studio picks this up, or I hope a publisher picks this up, and I'm just going to sit here and wait until someone says yes, and more than half the time, they're going to say no anyway. So, like, okay, how else can we make this happen? How can we do it? One famous example is Alfred Hitchcock. Even after making tons and tons of very successful films, he found himself with the script for Psycho. And there's a great movie about this. It's terrific. But anyway, it's about the making of Psycho. Anyway, but no one would make it. But he believed in it so much, he mortgaged his home and he put all of his cash into it. And he and his wife believed in it that much. And it had it been a flop, they would have lost everything, and he would have had to start over again. So, but he was determined to make the film, and he was going to do it any way he could. And that was big budget film back then. So, but anyway. I'm always preaching this stuff, and like today, I'm going to sign another couple of contracts for yet the one, two, three, for the fourth editions of The Innocent and Godchild. Those books just cannot die. Hundreds of thousands of copies sold so far, and hopefully there'll be more hundreds of thousands of copies sold. And yet, my other book. The Remains, I'm choosing to publish that under my own label for very other specific reasons. So, two different ways of publishing books, but they will both come out and be enjoyed by my fans. So, speaking of The Remains, that book, actually, you know what? I'm wrong. The Remains probably will come out under my own label, but my agent wants to shop it first, because not only has it sold a ton of copies and won all these awards and whatever, but we had so much film interest in it, and we came so close with a deal from Mel Gibson's Icon Productions that you want to cry, because the woman who was handling the deal and setting up the paperwork ended up quitting. She quit old Mel Gibson, and that means our project went south too. Anyway, it happens all the time in Hollywood. So anyway, I have a lot of those kind of stories. Like, geez, George Clooney almost bought The Innocent once, and I don't know. Anyway, I've got a bunch of them. Sly Stallone. Anyway, But anyway, like I said, don't despair because there's lots of ways to make movies now, lots of ways to make TV, YouTube, lots of ways to publish books. So don't despair. You know, you will find a way to get your project out there. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.